You see, 1 divine per minute, 60 divines per hour, just easy. Anyway, Hail Kingdom, in today's Plus of Excel 2 the third edict video, how I'm farming more than 50 divines per hour, every step. You may say that I don't have 50 divines, but well, I got a little bit of divines over here, a little bit of divines over there, you know, bunch of Calandra, touch rings, they go for 13 divines right now, I got bunch of divines over here, and there, basically divines everywhere. So let's go. First of all, when you actually can start farming loads of divines, when you need to focus on farming, honestly, only when you progress to tier 15 maps at least. So if you can't clear tier 15s right now, you need to watch not like how to farm millions of divines per hour videos. You need to watch my how to get your first divine in Trials of Chaos, for example. It's super easy, so you can buy gear. Therefore, again, watch my beginner's guide, watch my trading guide. You will understand how to get good gear cheaply, and then you will be able to clear tier 15 maps, get bunch of atlas points, and that's where you can actually start snowballing your economy. If you're trying to farm divines before you reach tier 15, well, you're not farming at all, because drops will be worse, and while the minimum you want to play is tier 15s, actually you want to play tier 15s on these maps, so basically maps with irradiated +1 to monster level. Areas of level 80 will give you a lot higher chance for better gear, better loot drops, but more on that later. Just farming tier 15s, you will get at least 1 divine per hour. Again, if you can't farm tier 15s, but you can complete your ascendancy, the best way is to actually farm Trials of Chaos, get bunch of soul core of Takati, they are pretty common with chaos resistance, and sell them for 37 exalted orbs to get first few divines and get your gear. You will be able to clear tier 15s easily. Now, when this is out of the way, you probably think that I will tell you exactly what to run right now. Well, no. Because it's super important when you're farming to farm efficiently. And first, super important part about efficiency is your hideout. Well, my hideout is not extremely efficient. Best hideout will be with all the stuff that you're seeing on the screen right now, right near the well, and super small map device with all maps nearby, and basically you get out of the map, you instantly click well to replenish your flasks, you click stash, you click Dariani to identify items, then stash to drop something, salvage what you don't need if you're salvaging items still, and then instantly go to the map. That's efficiency. But I'm playing on controller, I'm pretty chill, and I'm basically dropped everything in my hideout on a roll distance. So I'm one roll of Dariani. If I need to salvage, I just move to the right. If I need to salvage Unix for orbs of chances, I just roll to the right. Then I roll to the right again to drop them into stash, and then well, and going to the map. Basically, that's how it works. So efficiency is super important. If you need hideouts, I got bunch of good hideout setups. Most of them are a lot smaller, so you can actually have loads of fun and play in these hideouts if you wish to. All hideouts will be in my Discord. Most of them without any MTX, so they will work and look exactly like this. I hope so. Pretty nice and fun hideouts. You will need to move Alva and Ench in some of them. Next part of efficiency is of course loot drops. So let me take this stuff. I saved it especially for this example. So basically when you play the game, your ground will look like this, with loads of stuff that you don't need, and it not only takes screen space but also messes around with your decision making, what to do on the map. You will see items, do I need to pick up this? Oh no, it's trash, let's go away, stuff like that. So of course it's nice to use loot filter, and there's lots of loot filters. I'm posting my leveling filters, but endgame filters right now is still work in progress. Mostly because again I'm kinda making it mostly for me, and it will require me to make separate video explaining how my loot filter work. If loads of people are really interested in it, let's get 1000 likes on this video, comments, then I will post it. But it looks like this. You will find items which is unidentified items on the ground, but these unidentified items need to be identified normally from Dariani, then you read bonuses. It's hard to remember what bonuses is good, because for example for two-handed weapons you want to have a lot of lightning damage. For one-handed weapon probably 4 to 68 is not a bad roll. It should be T4. No, it's actually T5. So T5 is actually really bad. It's super bad, especially for late game items. So technically this item is trash. And if I'm spending loads of time to identify if this item is good or bad, well, it's not efficient. Efficiency is all about like spending less time messing around with items and spending more time killing monsters and getting those items. And that's basically how efficiency works. I identify it and instantly drop and boom, it disappeared. Why? Well, because it's trash item. But this amulet is really good. It got all resistances, tier 2, which is okay, tier 2 cold resistance, it got maximum mana. I will use it a little bit later to show you like more ways how you can get even more divines per hour. But basically, if I drop it on the ground, it will be highlighted. So that's basically how I do stuff in the end game. I never read what is on item, I identify drop. If there's no item on the ground, it's trash. That's it. So if item looks like this, it's pretty okay-ish with some good rolls, but not really perfect. So this one got good cold resistance and good energy shield, but it's maximum life, so not for everyone. This means I need to price check this to see if it's like any value. No, it's just one regal orb, maybe with energy shield. Like with quality, it can get to 5 exalt range. So I can have a little bit of gamba and I can drop exalt on top, or I can just forget about this item and that's it. A quick look, this armor may look cool, oh 46 spirit, but 46 spirit is great on amulet, but on armor it's super low roll, so it's actually super bad armor, it's strength dex armor, so no one using it, only me. And that's basically how it works, is this item will disappear. You may argue, well, Spot, this item can be good. Well, it can be good if you drop one more exalt, if it roll good armor and evasion, maybe it will be higher. It got 2 resistances, so it's good, but normally this item right now will go for 1 exalt orb maximum. So it's the item that is not worth a second of your time. Done. No more item like this. And basically that's how I do stuff with items in the end game. I'm quickly identifying items myself at the end of the map and then dropping all of them. I may drop like blue heads on them. Green is good. So what we got? We got 47 spirit and health resistance. Yeah, it's good. So even like that, as green amulet, I mean as blue amulet, this one already 10 exalts. So a little bit of time and 10% of divine orb in your pockets. We can actually like craft on top a little bit, since rare can go for like 20 exalts. And that's how it works. Some of them disappeared, some of them right now is good. Again, it's work in progress because I added some of the bonuses. It will require like loads of time to actually finish this project, but it's pretty cool one. And having nice loot filter is super important, therefore it's one of the parts of efficiency. Another part is tab management. Yeah, you want your tabs organized and nice. I'm showing you controller interface right now. On PC it's different, but just make sure you're organizing them like very easy to understand and to get to. Change colors, change names, and just make sure you understand where, like what you want. For example, your crafting should be like on bottom in one big bulk, so all crafting bases will be here. A little bit of content like in the middle and on the top. I like to have loot tab, and that's basic tab where I just drop everything from my adventures and then I sort it later. Technically, again, it's part of the efficiency. If you're using and sorting equipment every time you're going into your hideout between your maps, it will take you a little bit of time. After 100 of maps, it adds up. Therefore, it's better to just drop everything into one stash tab and then allocate 10 minutes of your evening after a gaming session to actually sort it out. It takes a lot less time and a lot less of opening and closing of this stash tabs basically. And efficiency will scale you up to 2 divines per hour. Now we are going into our next topic, which will scale us from around 2 divines per hour if you're doing all efficiently and at tier 15 maps to around 5 divines per hour. And it will be character progression. So not a lot of players actually accept this, that you need to progress your character. Everyone wants to just like level up to level 70 for example and instantly go into trade market, search for like for example for me it will be crossbow, and pick the best DPS and then cry about why price is so high. It's not possible to get 40 divines for this crossbow. Well, actually it's just 1 hour of your time if you finish this video, but anyway, it's basically what people are doing. Crossbow is not like perfect example. Best example will be like bow. People following bow builds, and best bow will be for like 200 divines right now. For mirror maybe, yeah, that's mirror service bow, I guess. It's not very good, at least on paper, but it's fine. Oh no, it is good, it's good. I miss this increased physical damage roll. That's a good bow. Anyway, you don't need to actually rush for these items. You need to just upgrade your items gradually. It will give you a lot more power. So instead of hoarding all the resources in your inventory, holding your exalted orbs, your divine orbs, whatever you're using for trading, it's better to actually get gear. So don't wait until you have like 20 divine orbs. Just put one divine orb, get something for one for your first divine orb you got, get the best one, it will be 500 DPS total. Again, DPS is not like most important stat, and there's like hidden stats that will give you a lot more power, but this can be acquired for one divine orb. So this bow will carry you like through tier 15 maps easily, with like a little bit of gear investments on top. And this will give you one of the most important parts, speed clearing. So speed clearing is super important because if you're running on the maps and if you're doing slowly, well, you're losing loads of divines per hour. You should already understand at this point of the video that if you're running around, if you're wasting time by sorting items in your stash tab, if you're like going on the maps and playing boring maps without any content and on low tier maps, you won't get any resource. You need to do it efficiently and fast. So to do it fast, well, there's two ways. One of them is actually using Atlas like this, and that's Atlas setup for mostly farming rituals with pack size. It also works for Breach, it also works for Delirium, and I combine all of them. More on that later, but most importantly, this part increases power of my precursor tablets, which gives me like a lot more drops from my maps. And these parts, like big circles over here, may corrupt Waystone additional time when using to traverse a map and may increase power of modifiers. What does it achieve? Well, it's actually quite a big deal, because every time you're increasing power of your explicit modifiers on your Waystones, map will become harder, and harder maps will give you better jobs. There's another way how you can set up this stuff, and it will be for speed. Basically, instead of going like over here for this monster packs, which is also great, and explicit modifiers, you can ignore corruption and you can spec into this part. I really like this, and I got separate videos that just released like 2 days ago probably about Atlas setup for speed and for damage. And just spec into shrines, technically spec into shrines and get like seeking or enlightening shrines. Seeking is great, of course, enlightening will give you level ups faster, but you're looking for seeking shrines that will increase rarity of items. Most importantly, you're looking for this node that will give you ability to have double effects on your shrines, and this will give you ability basically to pick one shrine. It will give you damage, it will give you survival, it will give you speed, and more speed means you clear maps faster. Basically, I'm running this setup right now, and I was lucky today. Basically, I restarted this counter today. I farmed for a few hours and I got 5 divines from the ground. This Atlas works really good, as well as a bunch of like other currencies. But it was slower. So what is better? I don't know. I haven't counted actually exactly. Like, is it better to run maps faster? If you're trying to clear some content faster, for example, you're looking to clear as much rituals as possible in shortest amount of time, then yeah, going into this part with shrines is just a great idea. I still don't know what to actually remove from Atlas. That's what I'm running right now. And technically that's how you can respec this tree if you want to. And just this nice Atlas setup and understanding of character progression and that clear speed matters will give you around 5 divines per hour from your maps. Again, as I told you, without any other like stuff, without any content, I got 5 divines. Considering perfect javelers, it's like, and exalts, it's actually 7 divines, and I farmed for like 2, maybe 3 hours today. So almost like 5 divines per hour without any content. If you add content, it's exactly as I'm telling you. Will be around 5 divines per hour with nice efficiency and speed. But we're jumping into our next topic, which will give us from 10 to 15 divines per hour. And again, I need to remind you, it's not like separate tactic. It's layers. It's layers on layers on layers. So you need to have good loot filter, good efficiency in your stash tab, in your hideout, then you're adding your character progression, clearing speed, you're scaling to 5 divines per hour, now we will scale into 10 to 15 divines per hour. Actually, I already posted my strategy, but it works mostly for all the content. I will post all content farms strategies. So I posted a ritual yesterday, and ritual is great, and everyone was really happy. Actually, the day before yesterday I posted. That's why I decided to share this video with you, because I will show you like extremely sneaky and crazy tactics how to get like 50 divines per hour, not just 10. 10 is just nothing, but 10 is okay. 10 is more than enough. Farm for 2 hours and get best crossbow on the market right now. That's how it works. So, strategies. Strategies is super simple. Basically, you need a kind of strategy that I will share on the channel, but again, for example, you farming rituals. For strategy, you need right precursor tablets that will give you some bonuses. And you want to find areas on the map with bunch of towers. This is precursor tablets, towers, basically whatever. And after clearing these towers, you can inject them. You can inject them with basically tablets. So after you drop tablets over here, maps around like this tower, you see the circle, it goes like this. That's another tower, will be affected by this tower. And you want to find overlapping towers. For example, this tower will have this range, and this tower will have a range like over here. So these maps will be affected by both of these towers. And that's how it works. You're going into one area, then going outside and coming to another tower, injecting this one, and that's juiced part. So this will be affected by 2 precursor tablets. I mean 6 precursor tablets, and yeah, you want to complete them on maximum difficulty waystones, so you can inject 3 tablets at once. And these maps will give you like loads of currency from content you are running. And best case scenario is of course like not 2 towers, but like 3, maybe 4. Like yesterday, where is my ritual? Oh, here it is. So basically we got tower over here that I used as my first tower. I injected it, then I went basically outside into this tower, injected it to go into this tower, and then into this tower, and then into this tower, and 1 tower in the middle. So as you can see, overlapping is just crazy. We get like 5 towers affecting this node, 5 towers affecting this node, and so on. And this gave me insanely juicy part, and this part with the correct strategy gave me extra like 5-6 divines on top. And it was like no luck at all. It was unlucky day. Today I'm already running like same strategy, and in 2 hours I'm already on like 7 or 8 divines per hour. Strategy will give you up to like 15 divines per hour, maybe a little bit more if you like it. So for strategy again, you need juicing, basically making maps with lots of content and mod power from this content. Passing is really important, like how you go from one tower to another tower. Basically, if you see any plates with not loads of like overlapping, you need to go as quickly as possible to another location. Also by dropping content. When you're passing, you just don't want to drop your strategies, your prepared maps. For example, I prepared a bunch of maps for quantity of waystones, but just drop random ritual, breach, delirium tablets. So when you're going from this tower to this tower, and this will be overlapping with another towers, I guess. Yeah, this will be. Then you at least playing some content when you're traveling through the map. And it's really important to have a bunch of strategies in your pockets, and in your mind at least. Because for example, if you're going only rituals, yeah, it will give you a bunch of currency and rewards, but you're limiting yourself with luck. So if you're going, for example, for Azmeri Spirit, and you respect your Atlas into Azmeri Spirit part, and you're trying to hunt like primal spirits. If you want to ask me why would you want to hunt primal spirits, well, Talisman of Ralakesh, for example, will increase reservation efficiency for minions, and it goes for 500 exalted orbs right now, which is just great. It will be one of my examples soon. I will show you crazy stuff. But basically, if you're focusing only on one type of content, it will be bad. That's it. It will be bad, you will be unlucky, you won't get what you want. If you're running multiple contents from time to time, you can see that, like, for example, over here we get a bunch of maps with pretty open design, like Oasis, Asmerian Ranges, Creek, probably, if I'm not mistaken. Basically, a lot of open maps. Ravine is definitely open. But here we get not so, like, open maps. It's, for example, this one is actually, like, okay zone. On closed maps, you probably will like to run Delirium strategy because it will be better there. Technically, you won't actually notice like better or worse, it's just okay. But on open maps, you definitely want to run breaches, maybe rituals, you will get a lot more from them. That's something to keep in mind, and basically you need to understand like, oh, we get location with lots of crazy good maps, they already got lots of breaches, maybe we can inject them with other strategies, not breaches, or we can milk breach even more. So mixing and layering strategy is the key actually for us. A reliable and stable income of divines. But here is the part finally that will give you up to 50 divines per hour. So it's market. While you're farming, you can sell stuff. For that you need shop. I got separate trading guide, we're not talking about this here, but basically when you're selling stuff, you want to sell something that is valuable, something that got at least some price. And that's again why I'm making this loot filter right now for me, but it can be also for you. Just don't forget to drop some comments so I know that it's valuable for some people at least. But technically that's basically how it works. I'm looking for nice valuable stuff on the ground like this, and if it's valuable, if it shows on my filter, I'm selling it instantly. But for this blue amulet, maybe I don't want to sell it for like 10 exalts. It will require you a little bit of game knowledge and what is good, what's not, but you may experiment and have fun sometime. But basically amulets with just 2 resistances will be a little bit better than with 1, so we injecting it with fire resistance, and it's already around like 40 exalts, 30 exalts amulet, a good one. But again, it will require a little bit of game knowledge and how to actually like craft stuff. You can actually sell it, but for example for rings we got a bunch of cool suffixes. So for suffix we got like loads of cool stuff, and we can have extra fire and chaos resistance for example, so it will be a really great ring. And it will be Amanamu mod, basically. But right now it's risky because we got prefix already, which is a really good prefix. So we can drop 1 like exalt on top, and we got bonus to all elemental resistances, and honestly it's already like divine. It's divine range basically, amulet. I'm definitely not desecrating it right now, I don't need suffixes. And this amulet will easily be sold. That's basically how you can get like extra divines on top. It won't be instant however, unlike next steps that I will show you. But again, kinda getting good stuff from the ground, understanding that it's good, and you can actually spend a little bit of currency on top. This one, by the way, got no resistances at all, so we will desecrate it with Amanamu modifier. I don't have reroll ones, since I don't care, and there's no resist, but let's get this. And we got critical hit chance. I don't know what is it worth right now, but probably 5 divs is around what we can get. I will sell it for like 3 divines, I don't care. Okay, that's good, but again, it's not reliable how I actually like promised you. Well, there is other ways of course. One of them is conversion trading. I'm feeling like exhibit right now because I injected like monitor into monitor, but let me just put it on full screen and I hope you see everything. So conversion trading is pretty simple. I will explain how to do it in a second, but basically that's what I did recently. I decided to spend my 10 exalted orbs on 220 diluted ire liquid ire, basically parts of delirium. Guess what? I misclicked a little bit and I actually got almost like 500 of this crazy stuff in a second. And it may sound like a bad idea, but I got full inventory of this crap basically, and I'm using reforging bench to reforge all of this stuff basically. I'm reforging every piece of this red ire into pink ire. It took me about like 2 minutes to do it, and I got full inventory of pink ones. Yeah, pink ones. That's what we're looking for. Guess what? I'm selling pinky for exalts, and all these pinkies goes for 33 exalted orbs. So we started with 20, now we are 33. Well, you want to learn how to do it. It's not always possible, and prices always changing. That's something you need to understand basically. Prices always change. But that's how you may find some of them, some of these opportunities. You drop like what you want to trade, for example, exalted orb, and then you're looking for another item like diluted ire, for example. It goes 1 for 19 right now and 1 for 18 in another way. So it's basically like how much people are selling it for, how much people are willing to buy for, stuff like that. More on that like in a second, but it doesn't matter. And you're looking for some amount of dispersity. So basically, if you're willing to sell this diluted ire, game kinda suggests you to sell 187 diluted iron for 10 exalted orbs, which is not a really good deal. But if you flip, you will see that actual prices should be around 10 exalted orbs for 178 diluted irons. That's the price you can buy for, and that's the price you can sell for, basically a little bit higher price. So you're checking that for 10 exalts you can buy 178 diluted irons. They can be converted after, and they will become 59 pinky diluted emotions. So if we sell 59 pinkies, we will get 14 exalted orbs. We just bought them for 10. That's basically how it works. And in reality you can sell it even a little bit higher, so yeah, probably 16 exalted orbs. Just buy 10 exalted orbs of red ones, sell pinky ones after reforging them in Reforger bench, and you got exalts from the air, basically. You can go even faster and make 19 grid. So 19 grid will go for 14 exalts. And it's worse deal, as you can see. So converting red ones into pinkies and then into grid is a bad deal. Actually it's not, it's 1-to-1. So it's like a little bit risky again, not like perfect deal. But converting them into paranoias on other hand, from 19 we will get how much? It's around 6 actually. Yeah, we will get 18 exalted orbs. So it's like up to you, but that's one of the ways how you can find good deals. Basically you need to find ways how you can like adapt different stuff. And there's loads of ways. Again, it will require a little bit of game knowledge. For example, lesser Essence of Haste will cost you 2 exalted orbs. And it will depend on what patch we are playing. Maybe there was some nerfs, maybe some build is popular right now, and people are hunting for some like really valuable stuff. And this stuff is pretty weird maybe for some other builds. But maybe everyone is hunting for one essence and there's actually like 3 essences available. When there's like tens of essences available, this strategy won't work, that I will show you right now. But for example, like Essence of Alacrity is trading almost 1-to-1, but Essence of Ruin will cost 4 exalted orbs. So in situations when there's a lot of very cheap stuff, like essences for example, you can buy a bunch of cheap essences and then randomize them just a little bit. To randomize, you basically drop them into Recombinator, 3 of them. I will need them for my crafting project, but just for you, I will show you. Basically dropping them into Reforger, 1, 2, 3, tada, we get Greater Essence of Battle. Is this better? Yes, we actually like just profited. No, we don't. It's actually worse. And opportunities always come. You just need to understand how game works and try to find them. Like Isolation goes for 90 exalted orbs, and I can buy Sufferings for 27. And always start from left and then enter number and then trade, because the game tries to automatically like suggest your price. So we will buy 3 of them. Total cost of this trade will be 81. And when it's finished, I will combine them into Isolation, and I will sell Isolation for like 94, for example, 93. And that's around 10 exalts profit, again from the air. Basically, it will require a little bit of patience, but that's basically, again, how it works. You just find stuff that can be combined, recombined, upgraded, and you upgrade them into like better stuff. How this will add to our profits, you may ask? Well, you're actually mapping and you using these traits with Eng. You just continuously trying to fulfill your traits, basically. And after each map, you using your strategies, your conversions. Of course, converting red ones into pinky ones will take a bunch of time and definitely not worth it, but can be definitely part of your strategy. And it's nice to understand how it works, because the next part will require you this knowledge, and that's where the real money comes in. It's called arbitrage trading. So for arbitrage trading, we will join PoE Ninja, and I will explain you in economy tab like how it kinda works and how you may find arbitrage opportunities. So there will be like currency tab with all currency on the list, and you need to find currencies with high volume. Volume is super important for arbitrage trading. Basically, when you're trying to arbitrage trade, it works like this. You go from one currency into another currency, and then back to the first one. By completing circle, you will get profit. That's basically it. And without high volume, you won't be able to trade fast. So that's like a problem. That's a problem if there's no high volume. For example, if you want to trade regal shards in your arbitrage trade loop, you will have less than 1 chaos orb per hour, so probably you won't get a lot. But if you're trying to flip Mirrors of Calandra, they're flipping for like 112k Chaos Orbs, but they also cost around 112k Chaos Orbs. So we're looking for something that costs normal price, like Perfect Exalted Orb, for example. Now in this example we will check if we can convert Exalted into Chaos Orbs, and then Chaos Orbs into Perfect Exalted Orb, and then back to Exalted Orbs. We can check it really easily here. So we can get Chaos Orbs for 276. It will cost us 87 Chaos Orbs to get Perfect Exalted Orb, and it will cost us 240 Exalts to get this amount of Chaos Orbs. And now the question, can we convert Perfect Exalted Orb into Exalts for more than 240? Well, yeah, we can. Actually, there's a bunch of them right now listed for 242, 243, and technically, if you don't understand numbers over here, a ratio is amount that you pay. Basically, one Perfect Exalted Orb goes for 243 Exalted Orbs, and stock is how many options right now. So technically, one guy right now is selling one Perfect Exalted Orb for 243 Exalts. Right now, there's 4 guys who are trying to sell for 242, and therefore this arbitrage loop will give us around 2 Exalts in profit. So this is not very profitable loop, and funnily enough I did like funny loop with greater Exalted Orbs, so that's like demonstration. We got 4 Chaos Orbs for greater Exalted Orb, and I switch the Exalted Orbs into Chaos Orbs, then to greater Exalted Orb, and then back to Exalted Orbs, and got profit around like 6 Exalts. It's pretty fast loop, and basically you're doing this loop every time you're entering a map. So you enter a map, you're doing a loop, and that's it. It's done basically. So you don't need to stay in your hideout. But again, arbitrage trading is great, but my favorite one is flipping. It's just super fast money. You need to understand that sometimes flipping is not available, sometimes arbitrage is not available, and just having idea what you can arbitrage, what you can flip is good to have. To find good items for flipping, again we will join PoE Ninja, and you're looking like specialty items like lineage, gems and stuff like that with super high value. You need high value, and value should be high enough that you can actually buy it. It's really important, and you want to have at least some volume, and volume right now over here listed in amount of currency. For example, Diala's Desire goes for 52k Chaos Orbs, but for example Diala's Desire got volume of 52k Chaos Orbs, but it costs 910 Chaos Orbs. Well, this means it's around 52 trades per hour, and that's not a good number. So 200k trades is good, so it's like 200 trades per hour. That's a nice flipping stuff, but basically again you're looking for nice and good volume on high priced items. Like G20 will be like good one, probably we will check, and price should be high, so after each flip you're getting nice profits. That's actually how I'm doing my profits, and I will show you like clip right now. I used the Feral Rune of Chase. It's a high chase rune that gives you movement speed, and basically you see on the screen right now I just bought it for 730 Exalts. Then I'm selling this rune for 752 Exalts. Now check at the time, it's 14 minutes right now. And now at 15-minute mark, basically 1 minute after I posted this trade, I defeated few unique monsters. I see Alba has completed one of your currency exchanges. So I'm going back to my camp basically. I'm checking my Eng, my friend, who gave me 752 Exalted Orbs. At this point, when I was trading this, one divine costed 66 Exalts. I made a snapshot. And basically, I got half of divine in 1 minute. So it's like 30 divines per hour. If you're flipping only one rune, I actually got like an unethical amount of divines. Not really unethical, but like 200 divines. And I flipped 5 runes at the same time, because you can have like 9 or 10 trades. So I like flipped around 5 runes at the same time. And this gave me almost like 2 divines every few minutes. That's crazy. You're basically seeing it on screen right now. It's like just for fun demonstration I made before recording this video. I bought one Ascapa for 22 Exalts, and I sold it for 26. So that's a scalper that is already sold for 26. Let's do it once again, just for fun. Again, I don't need Ascapas, I need my exalts. And that's step by step how you can do it. We already sold it, we just made a bunch of exalts in profit. You're looking for items with dispersity, like with between market ratios, between I have and I want, and you just flip it and you check numbers. So this goes 38, this goes 42. We can make 4 exalts profit like right from the get-go. I won't even bother to do it for 4 exalts, it's just waste of time. For me, you can do it if you just need some free exalts, but probably reforging iron will be better. As I told you, there's like better ways, so you just need to find better items. You can like find them pretty easy. So Feral Rune of Chase, right now only one in stock for 1,300 exalts. And that's a bad one, so it's hard for people to actually like resell them right now. Still, there's a bunch of orders to buy it, and what we want to do, we want to check like a low number of exalts when you want to sell this rune. And you don't want to sell it for 1,000, basically for this number. You want to sell this for this number. To do it, you want to buy it for like less. Now no one is actually selling for 1,100, so that's like a bad rune right now. It was good yesterday. I actually dropped all my exalts into these runes on the night for 800, and on the morning I got like 50 exalts, 25 maybe exalts, just from runes alone. Investing in good stuff is also good way, but more on that a little bit later. I actually found this Relakesh talisman, and it got insane dispersity and pretty okay ratio, because you want to have at least someone who's selling. This means this item is working right now. We can buy it basically. So how it looks, you check like low number, it's 495 right now. Actually, like this bunch of 420. It's pretty crazy. So we will buy it for like 500 exalts. Let's do it. And the game won't allow you, probably. So you need to make sure you're actually entering correct numbers, twice double checking, and then placing order. Don't mess up, or you will be scammed by the game. It can change your numbers and you will lose loads of currency. So be careful. It's like way for professionals how to do it. Let's set a time. Basically, it's 15:40 right now. It took me like 5 seconds to actually like. Oh, okay. It's delirium for 27. Let's do it. So it's 81 exalted orbs for all these ires. For emotions, 81. We drop it, we're making isolation, we're checking price, it's 97 right now, 96, so it doesn't matter, we're just dropping isolation for 96, and game tried to scam me, so I'm selling for 96, bro. One isolation for 96, not 88, and tada, instantly we got it. You see, instantly we got 96, so I profited 20 exalt orbs in like 1 minute. Okay, that's half of divine right now. That's half of divine. No, it's not half of divine. It's actually like divine is 100 right now. 1/4 of divine. We bought this stuff for 500 exalts. I need it for my minion witch, but why would I buy it if I can get it for free? So I basically will copy this trade, check the prices, it's 555. Basically, I will sell it, I will just drop it cheaper. You know, you need to drop it cheaper to actually sell it faster. That's how flipping works. And we are selling one. Game, please stop scamming me. I'm selling for 550. That's my price. I'm selling one for 550. What we can do next, I basically will explain you next stuff. Lock in the time, basically. The next stuff, how you can get loads of like currency, is to actually. Oh my goodness. I just earned half of divine from the air in less than a minute. You see, 1 divine per minute, 60 divines per hour, just easy. Anyway, I will flip it a few more times. Jeez, this item is good. So again, quickly checking market. So 5 of 6 is the price right now. Having fun. I like to earn divines when I'm recording videos, but basically next stuff is investing in a good stuff, and also it's the same as inflation exchange. Again, as I told you, like you need to understand where to put your money in. I saw a lot of comments on my videos like, why do you transferring into divine orbs? They becoming cheaper, you need to go into exalted orbs. I don't know what you're talking, guys, but it was comments from 2 days ago. Yes, divine orbs was 100 on like day 5, so 1 divine orb goes for 100 of exalts on day 5. Then it becomes a little bit cheaper because no one needs divine orbs. But divine orbs will become a lot more valuable when we go into the league a little bit deeper. So right now they at 110. I bet at the end of the week they will be at around 200, probably even tomorrow. It doesn't matter too much. Maybe then they will lose their value because there's loads of new currency that can be more valuable. I bet great choice actually will be perfect exalted orbs, perfect chaos orbs. They will be valuable because they will be great for crafting even in super end game situations. So invest in good stuff and keep money in good stuff that you think may be valuable for crafting, because end game is like crafting. You will never drop like perfect mirror items, you craft them. So investing even in Omens of Whittling can be a good stuff. They cost like 110 yesterday, right now it's 160 exalted orbs, but based on divine ratio they are the same. So keeping everything in exalts is just completely stupid in my opinion. You may prove me wrong in the comments, but yesterday I bought all feral runes so that I could, and today I sold them and got like 400 exalts from each. 400 exalts, it's crazy. But based on divine ratio, it's not a big profit, by the way. In divines, they're the same basically. And same goes for like a lot of items. For example, I bought a bunch of Calandra rings. Again, I'm printed basically unlimited divines while I was mapping, so I bought a lot of them, and I bought them for around 700 exalts or around 7 divines right now. But I sold them all for 13 divines. So basically just from all Calandra rings I got around like 20 divines or so. But this will require your game knowledge, like what items will be valuable and what items will grow in value. Calandras will grow in divines like really fast. I call it basically investing in good stuff. It's like buying a Rolex, you know, they always keep their value at least getting higher. I can use all of these methods together, but I like to build the characters and play the game. Let's not forget we're actually playing the game, not on the Wall Street, but I felt a little bit on the Wall Street yesterday. So even by doing all of the stuff above in a chill manner, how I like to do it, I'm not like stressing a lot about my divines. I'm getting around like 15-25 divines per hour if I wish to, around 10 if I'm lazy, and that's completely fine for me, and it will be completely fine for you. This all methods is super easy and reliable. I hope you enjoyed this video, and most often than not you're actually trying to get more divines to buy cool stuff. In reality, super good stuff will cost you a lot, but I'm getting my divines to get a lot of currency and to craft my super good and funny gear. If you want to learn how to craft great stuff like this crossbow, for example, with crit hit chance, crit damage, level 2 attack skills, and basically it can be used for any equipment you like, that's basically super best in slot crossbow, then just watch video on screen right now. It's my crafting session and it's pretty interesting if you want to get deeper into crafting in Path of Exile 2.